Okay, so this is chapter 10.1, and chapter 10.1 goes over prisms, pyramids, and cylinders. So, first, I want to go over the difference between a prism, a pyramid, and a cylinder. First of all, prisms and cylinders are very similar. The difference is that a prism just deals with polygons, and polygons are figures formed by straight lines. So, a cylinder has a circular top and bottom. So technically, it is not a prism. That's why we call it a cylinder. But it behaves like a prism. And it behaves like a prism because it has parallel and congruent bases. So this cylinder could lie on this base, it could lie on this base. Both of the bases are congruent, which means they're the exact same size and they're parallel. Now, if you look at this triangular prism, and it's called a triangular prism because its base is a triangle, the bottom is parallel and congruent to the top. So it has parallel and congruent bases also. And a rectangular prism over here, the bottom is a rectangle, the top is a rectangle that's parallel and congruent. So prisms and cylinders are similar in that, whereas a pyramid is defined by its base. So since this has a base that's a square, it's called a square pyramid, but its lateral faces are all triangles. So here's a triangle, here's a triangle, and here's a triangle. So there's four triangles coming out here that meet at a top point, and that's what makes a pyramid. And what we're going to do is we're going to find the surface area of prisms, pyramids, and cylinders. So this, first we're going to start off with a rectangular prism. Now, a rectangular prism has a rectangular base and it has rectangular sides. And when I find the surface area of a rectangular prism, the surface area is the outside area. So in this case, it has 6 outside rectangles. It has the top and the bottom. It has the front and the back, and it has the 2 sides. And we can draw this using what we call a net. This is an example of the net, and the net can fold up and become the rectangular prism. So, two different ways that you can find the area of a rectangular prism is to draw the net and then find the area of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 rectangles. Or you can use this formula, which basically says you find the area of the bottom, you multiply it times 2 because it's the same as the area of the top. You then find the area of the front, you multiply it by 2 because it's the same area as the back. And you find the area of the side, you multiply it by 2 because it's the same area on both sides. So this next screen shows you can draw the net. And if we draw the net, then we see these little pieces here are 4. These pieces here are 6. And this piece is 8. So we have 6 by 8 here. So this is 6 by 8, which is 48. This is 6 by 8, which is 48. This is 4 by 6, which is 24. This is 4 by 6, which is 24. And this particular one is 4 by 8, which is 32, and 4 by 8, which is 32. Another way to do it is use the formula and say the surface area equals 2 times, let's look at the base. So 2 times 8 times 4 plus, now let's look at the side. That's 4 by 6. 2 times 4 by 6 plus, and then the last would be the front, which is 8 by 6. 2 times 8 times 6. This becomes 2 times 32 is 64. This is 48, and this is 96. If we add these all together, 64 plus 48 plus 96, we get 18, carry the 1, 208. This surface area is 208 inches squared. And by magic, there, when I erase the whole thing, you see the area is 208 inches squared.